Brothers, sisters, today I'd like to share with you an experience I received in meditation yesterday. Now, as I sat in meditation before I went to sleep yesterday, I decided to try and view my own consciousness through the lens of my own consciousness. Now, usually when I focus just on my particular consciousness, it isn't in the realm of images. It doesn't have to do with me imagining other things. It is in this black void where my consciousness just is. It can travel. It can pierce the void, but I haven't pierced it very many times. However, as my consciousness sat in the void, I tried to direct it towards myself with one pointed concentration. And I found that no matter which way I jerked, now it's not necessarily through images, but through feelings, no matter which way I jerked, no matter how many times I tried to look at myself, I only found that I was looking at a different section of the void around me. The vast realm of knowledge that I do not have directly around my consciousness, beyond the realm of my imagination, beyond the realm of what my consciousness may view itself as being. When you take away those things and you try to look at yourself, your consciousness tries to look at itself. You find yourself jerking this and that way, trying to view yourself, but you cannot. Now, you can imagine yourself as your body. You can imagine yourself as this or that, or what religion you're a part of, or how people see you in the world, or how people have described you, positive, negative, or what you see when you look in the mirror, but it's never really looking at yourself. We never really see ourselves when it comes to consciousness. And as I try to direct my consciousness back at itself, I found my consciousness constantly frustrated, getting more and more frustrated. And as I had my eyes directed towards my third eye, and they were kind of crinkled in focus, in this one pointed focus, I dashed this way and that with my consciousness, trying to turn back upon itself, but it couldn't. So, I've heard this from many meditation masters, many yogis, many sages, as far as their works go, and as far as their talks go. But to realize it for myself was something interesting, that consciousness cannot view itself, that even viewing yourself in a mirror in the physical realm, your physical body, your eyes looking into the mirror, seeing the light reflected, you can never truly see yourself as you actually are, as above, so below. So consciousness itself cannot view itself. And to have that experience was really interesting, frustrating, but interesting, because it made me realize that there's a lot of work I have to do to pierce that veil between myself and ultimate realization, between myself and the next degree of realization, practically and immediately. And ultimate realization is very far from me. This experience added to that realization. Now, I will continue to travel into that void when I meditate, when my consciousness is in that dark space where there's nothing there. I've always tried to pierce that void, but I will continue to travel through it and try to maybe come around the other side and view myself, or view something that is beyond the void. And that's why I'm voidist. I send myself out into the realm of knowledge that I do not yet know, into the truths that I have not realized, and into what I view as being very terrifying. Because how many of us are not scared of what we don't know, not scared of what may be around the other corner of realization, of in the astral plane, in the causal plane, in this material world? How many of us are not willing to admit that there is some fear in that? And I'm willing to admit it. And that's why I'm voidist. I try to pierce that veil, despite it being terrifying to me. So this has been an experience that I had in meditation yesterday. If you've had similar experiences, or you want to talk about meditation experiences that you've had that I did not mention, or that is not related to this, feel free to shoot down in the comment section below. And I would really appreciate your support on Patreon. Every single dollar a month really helps support my work and what I do. If you thought this video was interesting and it made you think at all, hit that thumbs up down there. It really helps. But no matter what kind of meditation you do, it's very important that you meditate and try to figure out your own consciousness. You know, in yesterday's meditation, I just tried to view myself, which may seem like a simple matter, but it is not. It is very hard to view yourself when you're dealing with just your consciousness and not picturing yourself, either as you see yourself physically in the mirror or how other people see you or how you visualize yourself. Once you strip away all of that and you try to look at yourself, it's incredibly frustrating because you can't. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope this video was helpful to you, and I hope to see all of you on my channel in the future.